Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Fabric Tech Talk Fridays. I'm your host, Swetha Mannepalli. Today, we are diving into Data Days, something you might or might not have heard about. Data Days is a community driven initiative all about learning, building your skills, preparing for certifications, and connecting with others across the data ecosystem. And I'm joined by none other than Shannon Lindsay to break down what Data Days is, what you can expect, how to get involved, whether you're looking to sharpen your technical skills or plug into the broader Fabric community. Shannon, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me, Sweta. I'm so excited to be here.
Wonderful. So, before we dive into what data is all about, would you like to introduce yourself, who you are, what you do at Microsoft, and how your journey into Fabric community even started?
Yes, I'd love to. My name is Shannon Lindsay, and I am on the Fabric Ecosystems team here at Microsoft. So, what that means is I get to engage with the Fabric community, with our partner community, and also help everyone that's using the product learn how to use it, adopt it, and then eventually evangelize the product. So, I actually like to say that I'm on the fun team because my whole job is engaging with you and engaging with the community and just getting to learn and have fun. And actually, this is a kind of a full circle job for me. I became involved in the Fabric community way back in the early days of Power BI 10 plus years ago. And I actually used to run a user group in Washington, D.C., and that has been taken on and led by other people. And I've now made my way over to Microsoft.
That's amazing. User groups have a special space in my heart as well because I started a user group here in Orange County and did the same thing. Started, had the community got involved and handed it over to the community to run by itself. So it's an amazing way to get involved in the community. If anybody wants to start their user group, there's an episode coming right up. So check that out as well. So, Shannon, let's take a step back. What is Database?
Data days is huge. So this is going to be a long answer. But what we are trying to do with data days is 60 plus days of learning, community, growth, and like I mentioned before, fun. So the whole idea is we want to bring together all data professionals, whether you're working with Fabric, whether you're working with SQL, or you're working with bits and pieces of Fabric like Power BI. We wanted to bring a huge learning event all under one roof. We are going to have a mix of structured learning sessions, which are going to be live learning sessions led by the community. And those are going to be hosted on the Microsoft Reactor, and we'll let everybody know how to find those. So we'll have our structured live learning sessions with the community. We will also have community hosted learning sessions, and those will be more available likely in your language, in your time zone. Perhaps it's something hosted by a local user group. So we'll have loads of learning sessions. Then, alongside the learning sessions, we are going to be handing out free Microsoft certification exam vouchers. Anyone who participates in this learning initiative is going to have a chance to learn about the fundamentals of whatever exam it is that they're interested in taking and then receive a voucher so they can take that exam for free and get certified and level up and make sure that you're able to use this opportunity to grow in your career. That's what it's all about. We're also going to be doing lots of contests and fun activities, sharing different self paced learning journeys that you might want to follow. So it's really going to be kind of all over the map, lots of things happening every day for 60 days starting on June 15th.
So, Shannon, that's a lot of great information. What can participants expect from Data Days?
During data days, the first thing participants can expect is a lot of fun, of course. Fun and learning. Starting on June 15th, going all the way through August 7th, we're going to have a mix of structured learning and community energy and gathering and helping each other out. So, we will be covering technical depth across Microsoft Fabric, SQL, using AI within Fabric and SQL. We'll talk a lot about data engineering and Spark. We'll also talk about data viz and Power BI.
Wonderful. So, I are there any different series? Where do folks go to get this information? How do they consume this and be part of it, Shannon?
Yes. So there will be different series, but the key thing to know is that we are going to have all of the information you need at aka.ms/data days. And as Sweta mentioned, there is a lot. So I'm going to just run through a couple of the different series that we're going to be hosting. And I would love to note that we are going to be hosting these series in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. So you're able to select the language that works best for you. We'll also be hosting them in different time zones. So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, this all sounds like way too much, I would say come visit Data Days, select the schedule link, and pick a couple that work for you because there is a ton and you probably have a full time job.
Perfect. So, for someone specifically focused on certifications, what should they pay attention to, Shannon, in this whole series?
Great question. Certifications are, so important right now, especially in this hiring landscape. We all want to prove that we have these skills. And we have a series called the Certification Series that is for you. So that's going to help you understand what certifications you should even target. What are the skills that are included within that certification? What exactly do you need to know? And the people who have already taken and passed those certification exams are going to walk you through it. So these are the exams that we are covering during Data Days are PL 300, which is the Power BI Data Analyst Associate Certification. Say that 10 times fast. Then we have the DP 600, which is our Fabric Analytics Engineer Associate certification. We'll have the DP 700, which is Data Engineering in Fabric. And then finally, we will have our brand new certification, our SQL Databases and AI cert, and that is DP 800.
Wonderful. This let's take a pause and understand why certification to start with. You probably touched on it, Shannon, but in the landscape that we are in, definitely certifications prove a point that you not only know the subject but you're an expert in it. So highly encourage folks who are tuning into this episode to take advantage of the certifications that Shannon just laid out. And this database really curates what you need from a learning perspective, from a skill up perspective for each of these certifications that Shannon just mentioned. Again, really cool information. Now, why we talked about why certification, but let's also tune into how do community get involved in an initiative like Data Days. Can you talk to us a little bit more about the community involvement, Shannon?
Absolutely. I think when you say the word community and how to get involved, it's one of those things where it's like everywhere, but that also means it's kind of nowhere. So it's really difficult to understand how do I plug in? So I think the best way to plug into Data Days is going to actually be in two different ways. The first way is join the live sessions, participate in the chat, interact with people who maybe you don't know yet, and maybe you'll meet them on a live session, you'll meet up with them on LinkedIn later on, they'll become new connections, people you can learn from. So we're going to have these live sessions, we're also going to have online contests that you can participate in, all kinds of different things you can do in the online community, and that is in the Fabric community. So that's kind of part one. Part two is the part that's really close to both of our hearts, and that is get involved with a Fabric user group or a SQL user group. These user groups are here to help you, and they are actually running a special initiative during Data Days. So, we're talking about how the significance of all of these certifications. The user groups are going to be hosting certification study groups. So, the certs are really hard, and we all know that they prove your expertise. If you would do better by learning with someone else, and maybe you want to physically go sit in the same room as them and study together, the user groups are going to be the way to get locally involved.
Now, let's say come June 15th, Shannon,
Mhm.
and when the Data Days kicks off, how can somebody go and get tuned into this series? Is there a link, or how do anyone get started with the series itself?
Yes, the best way to get started is going to be to join the Fabric community. So you'll find all the information you need at the aka.ms/data days. And once you land on that page, you're going to see a bunch of different options of ways that you can participate. I will say the first thing you're going to have to do if you're not already a member is to join the Fabric community. It is completely free of cost. There are no implications. So you just need to sign up. And from there, we'll make sure that you know everything you need to know. The live series that we as the Fabric community are hosting are going to be on Microsoft Reactor's YouTube channel. So we'll have the links to all of that on the schedule, which will be at that same Data Days link. We will also have links to all of the other hundreds of sessions that are going to be scheduled throughout.
Wonderful. So these days, I think one of the things that resonates very well is your net worth is your network. So please get involved in the community, talk to people, expand your network, and Fabric community is a great place to get started. Again, you have all the links displayed on the screen with QR codes. Please check them out. Anything else that you want to cover as a wrap up on why this initiative matters for anybody in the data field, Shannon?
Yes. Well, I'd like to share an anecdote from the last Data Days that we held. And Sweta is mentioning your network is your net worth. In our last Data Days initiative, we had people who joined the live sessions and they joined every single session. They were really engaged in the chat. They then ended up participating in some of the contests that we were hosting during Data Days and winning those
Oh,
contests.
that is cool.
Those same individuals, we are now, I don't know, maybe 7 months out from the last time we did this. Those individuals have found new jobs as a result of the networking that they did by participating in our last Data Days. So I can say it's worth it.
Oh, it's life changing for somebody who is out there looking for newer opportunities. Definitely, Data Days is the way to go. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and sharing all this cool stuff with us, Shannon. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, and I cannot wait to see you all at Data Days.
Thank you everyone for watching. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to hit that like button.
If this is your first time visiting the Microsoft Fabric YouTube channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button.
Drop a comment below on what you would like to see on the future episodes of Fabric Tech Talk Fridays.
That's it for today. See you all next Friday for another deep dive in the Microsoft Fabric.